Hello, hello, hey, hey, this is okay. All right, I'm gonna try to adjust the location of my mic so I'm not being too loud. I feel like sometimes I'm a little too close to the mic. But yeah, today we're coloring this commission. Check out Lola. She is the character from ARMS. I guess it's like a Nintendo game. I've never played it, but this is what we're coloring today. So I'm going to start off with the shoes. You can tell we've got a little bit colored already here. I do have chat. That's a big window. We do have chat over here. I probably need to share this on my Discord and X because I don't think anybody's going to know that I'm streaming. It's kind of an odd time to be streaming, but where's a link? Oh, let me share what this is what we'll be doing. Let's go ahead and get this shared, and then we'll head over to the drawing board. Where is this? Okay? So I got to go to live stream YouTube. I don't even. How about we go to my YouTube channel? My channel. Here we go. All right, a little, little fourth wall breaking. Here we go. Now we can post to X, and then we'll be ready to go. I'm in the process of drinking my second coffee for today. I've been following Gavin Newsom's posts a little bit. Well, I don't know if you can even call them Gavin Newsom's posts because they haven't been shy. They have come out and said it's not actually Gavin Newsom posting these things. It's a team posting for him. But they're pretty funny. Okay. All right, so let's get going here. We've got everything shared, and if you want to chime in, have any questions, please feel free to enter the chat. I feel like the word chat is such a weird word to say. Chat. All right, so let's get our contiguous unselected. My music feels a little bit loud, and I can't even hear myself talk. When my music is too loud, I start making like weird sounds. You know, I've listened to some of my recordings on playback and just been like, huh, that's a weird sound to make. So sorry if those weird like sounds kind of come through. I don't know what. It's like when you're hard of hearing, you can't hear anything any noises you're making. It's like sounds like I'm talking about farts, but I'm not talking about that. Okay, I think she has like stripes on her suspenders, and I don't know if we're gonna go to that amount of detail, but we will do some like stretchy. Now let's get our soft round brush. We're gonna do some shading. I'll probably do like a multiply layer too. Let's do multiply. Multiply kind of multiplies the darkness or the contrast, I guess. So we can kind of like do a generic shading of it and then use multiply to kind of increase the shadow, increase the what do you call it, like the depth. All right, so let's go back to, I guess we'll use smoke detail just for the fun of it. I should probably do like continue this. I got a little tired of listening to like chill music. I listened to chill music for like 3 days straight. So now we're back to like drum and bass. If you ever want to listen to some playlists I've made, I've got playlists on my YouTube channel. I like curating playlists to listen to during the day. Oops. So I should probably... I'm using this. Let's go... I feel like this is a little bit too wide right there, so I'm going to shorten that. I'm going to make these a little bit more detailed. That's a little bit more refined. She's looking fine. Looking refined. Okay, so let's get the arm, like, not the arms, like the hand, the wrist thing. And again, this is a commission. So I do commissions every 3 months. I do commissions on March and June and September and December. And it is currently September 2025. We should feel a vibe. I don't know what he says there. We should feel no vibe. It's like nonsense. I wish YouTube Music had lyrics to every song. That'd be cool. There's a lot of songs that, like, I have no idea what they said. There's a lot of fun videos about that kind of thing where they make up they you know, they make the lyrics out of what it sounds like they're saying. I have to find some, but those are funny. Alright, so let's go with the darkness now. It's good to have a highlight and a darkness. Those two things kind of are all you really need to make it look right. You can always add more, but I feel like those are the two essentials. Alright, so let's go to... let's make it a little bit more intense, a little bit more red. I did not get enough sleep last night. I'm on my second cup of coffee. I think I mentioned that already. I'm like leaning way away from my computer, so you don't have to listen to me gulp down coffee. I have a Yeti mic, and then it picks up sound so well. It's a really good mic. I've always thought about getting a webcam. Just not really sure I need it. They get pretty expensive. Okay, so let's do a little bit more intensity because it looks very dull. Okay, so let's do it with like a giant brush. I just want her to look like she's inflated and everything's kind of soft. She's very like squeezable. I think she's looking round, rotund. Okay. So I guess the shoes are next. I can probably get rid of this. Shoes. I find it always helps to like yell out what you're drawing on. Shoes! Working on shoes. Gets you excited for what you're doing. It's a good secret for being excited about what you're working on. Yell it out. I'm sure my dog is like, what the hell is going on in there? She's giving me some strange looks today. She's like passed out. I think she's tired too. That's what is going on. She's feeling the same way I am. All right, I think that is gonna be good enough. I kind of want to increase the contrast on her suit down here. I want to say zoot suit. Zoot suit's the cool word to say. Isn't that like our gangster suit? Zoot suit. Okay, so I'm not feeling too excited about this, so I'm gonna yell it out. Zoot suit! My dog. I love the videos where dog owners like bark at their dogs and record their dog's reaction. Okay, let's go like a little more. A little bit more. It's very dark. Not really liking how black it's looking. I am on multiply. What is going on? So maybe I should just do like red. It's looking very brown. Let me get a soft round brush here. Red is going to help it kind of look like it's getting darker while still maintaining that super bright color. There we go. Red just naturally looks darker than orange. Okay. All right, so I think that the top part is done except for this banner. I guess we can kind of shade the banner. I think we could probably just use a gradient for the banner. Let's kind of make it look alive. I feel like it should have like yellow spots on it, maybe. And now let's do orange. It's not orange enough. There we go. So let's do this, do large. Try to be random. It's hard to get random. Randomize results. Quantum computing. Compute it. Okay. So we're done with the top part. I went ahead and did her hair down here. I guess we'll start with her face. She's got kind of like a clown makeup kind of thing going on. I'm going to try to show that her face is deflating a little bit. So let's use the bright highlight right here. The line work is a little bit squiggly here. It's a lot cleaner up here. Okay. I like how her lips are kind of like sideways. Okay, let's use some white for highlights. Hopefully we can erase some lines now that we're gonna like cleaning up the colors. It's kind of like with the last commission where I started making the lines semi-transparent. The line work is a lot more, I guess, difficult when you're drawing something deflating than it is when it's fully inflated. There we go. That's clean enough. Clean enough for a zoom in. Alright, so let's work on her top half next, I guess. We'll go with blue. I think we'll do like a dark blue behind here so we can do like a zoom action lines from the arrow. We can probably do some like you know, speckling sort of stuff. We'll do kind of like lots of action lines coming from here. I think it's nice to have maybe not go the same thickness of shading all the way around. Let's do like a really thick shading right over here. Like this is really a heavy part of her. So I feel like we should get even darker now. This reminds me of the movie, the Thunderbolts movie. I watched the Thunderbolts last night. I was overall, I guess I would say I wasn't that impressed. Although there was stuff I definitely liked about it. I kind of just felt like, all right, I think we don't need any more superhero movies. I think we're good. Because I feel like they kind of did a lot of things that you would want a superhero movie to do, and still it just was like, I could have skipped that movie. First, I hated the new Captain America. They did a good job of making him, like a jerk character, and sort of ended up. He didn't have a redemption arc, I guess. Well, he kind of did, but I mean, you grow to like him a little bit by the end. Just like all the characters, I guess they were doing the Suicide Squad thing, where they're all like bad guys, and so they're the anti-heroes, and you gotta make the anti-heroes bad, but kind of gotta make them good. I appreciate that they tried to do the whole, I guess the visual lesson of like, stop hitting yourself, where the bad guy is the good guy, and he's like, the idea of you're causing yourself more harm than the world is, that kind of thing, where you're in your head, which is the right message for this. Like it's the correct message for this day and age, where I don't know that the hero message of like, oh, you're actually not alone. We're all together, and we're here for you. It like, I don't know if that's what the message solution is. I mean, I can understand that's very easy to do, and I just don't know that was like a very intelligent like solution to the problem. It's like the basic like second grade solution, like, I feel so alone, like, oh, surprise, you're actually not alone. Happy ending. Where it's like, that's not really art. That's where it just starts feeling kind of like propaganda and sermon preaching, where it's like, that's not really art. The answer isn't complicated. It's very simple. It's almost so simple that it's just like, that's not right. All right, so she's kind of definitely ballooning here. Let's go ahead and do the highlights. I think I did. This is Hula Gang. No, it's not. That's the song they also did. What is sorry. Pack a Punch. What is the song? Joey Valence and Bra. I also was kind of shocked at how little I liked Elaine Bennis. That's who Julianne Dreyfus, I guess that's her name, yeah. I really didn't like her in the part. I didn't really like the character, and I'm sure it was a great part to have, especially because it's very hard to find work. That's the other thing. Like, have you noticed like more and more actors and actresses are turning to commercials? Like, you can tell things are getting bad in Hollywood because of how many commercials the actors are volunteering for. I know they're not volunteering for him, but it used to be that like it was kind of frowned upon. It was embarrassing to have to do a commercial, but lots of actors turning to commercials nowadays. The one I find the funniest is the guy who does the McDonald's voiceovers, because he, like, it makes no sense to me how he got in charge of doing McDonald's voiceovers. Like, he has that like he does like stage, I forget. So I remember he was the Project X guy in the Wolverine movies. I don't know what his name is, but he does McDonald's commercials now, kind of like Samuel L. Jackson doing Capital One, where it's just like, I thought you were better than this. Like, why are you doing commercials for credit card companies? I guess because they pay really well. But it's kind of degrading, I'm sure. But state of the world. State of the world. All right. So I'm almost done with this. Kind of just doing some interesting highlight shapes here. This looks kind of jelly. That's fun. I like this. It's very fun, like, shapes in here. I don't even know what this feels like. It feels like, kind of feels like slime, where you're like mushing it together. Yeah, but the guy who does the McDonald's voiceovers, like, he's very, what's the word for, he kind of thinks highly of himself. You know, I don't know how else to say it, but I feel like he, you know, like, he thinks, he's the kind of person that thinks acting is very, you know, very regal or very skilled labor, that kind of thing, where, yes, it is, but, you know, like, they kind of have that air about themselves where, like, oh, I'm this great actor. So he's that kind of guy, and he's doing voiceovers for McDonald's, having to be like, da 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 da. I'm loving it. And like, come get breakfast at McDonald's. I know he's very anti-Trump. I've seen some reels of him talking about like moving to Europe, I think because of what's going on. And, you know, there's only a few actors and actresses that are that opposed to the administration that they'd move. But I feel like it's just like Hollywood's falling apart, and it's because the middle class is getting destroyed and no one has money to go see movies. And now they're all spending their money on subscriptions. I don't know what's going on, but we're doing these, like, they're like old squiggly telephone cords, if you're old enough to remember those. Back in my day, we had telephones that had cords. What else did you have, Grandpa? We had food without chemicals in it. Let's see, what would be something that the old generation had that we didn't have? Or vice versa. Like, you could go outside and not be scared to drink the water. I like to, I really like ponds and water features, and I like watching videos about that kind of thing. I've never made one, but I like watching the videos. I'm scared of maintaining them. Like, it feels kind of scary that you're signing up for something that you have to commit to. But I like watching videos of other people doing them. So I saw this post today of someone who killed all the koi fish in their pond accidentally by leaving the water on, and so the pond filled up with a lot of water. It was tap water, because it's coming from the hose, and it killed all the fish in his pond, like 5-year-old koi fish, because he filled up too much tap water at a time. I guess you're only supposed to do like little amounts of tap water at a time, I guess. But yeah, the first comment was like, and we drink tap water? Like, it's killing the fish. Oh man. I've seen this movement nowadays of I don't know if you call it movement, but it seems like the message that's getting broadcast nowadays is that nuclear radiation is not harmful to you. I just feel like the disinformation has gotten a little too extreme when they're saying nuclear radiation isn't bad for you. Alright, I'm just sort of like doing some interesting colors here because I know her arms are like colorful. They're very colorful. They're like, she reminds me of some kind of magical creature from Wonka verse. But let's go ahead and do the multiply layer. So we'll get a little bit bigger. I was watching, there was a Daily Show clip that was hilarious about AI girlfriends last night. Well, I don't know if it was last night. I found it on YouTube. It had one of those irresistible, it wasn't clickbait, but I could not resist clicking on it. I thought it was hilarious when there was a guy who had a girlfriend and an AI girlfriend. the news interviewer was asking the girlfriend, like, and you think this is fine? You're okay with this? And she's like, yeah, I mean, somebody has to listen to him ramble for hours and hours, and better than AI girlfriend than me. Just like, oh, what a weird world we're living in. It's about to get really weird. Like, that's just the beginning. That's one person. I definitely can imagine people worshiping AI in the future. I've kind of seen videos where it's already happening a little bit, where people, and it's very like it's hard to make fun of them because it seems kind of easy to happen. Like, AI is very impressive stuff sometimes. It's also like not impressive sometimes. Laughably bad. I did the wrong layer there. So we're gonna go with a highlight layer. Now I'm doing like highlights over here. Super shiny, candy-like. I think I was actually listening to this playlist last time I live streamed. All right. Do our arms look like they are deflating? That's the goal. Couple guineas. Okay, so I did orange. I noticed this before I started live streaming that I did the orange belt over everything. So I kind of need to change that. We'll go with like yellow. Actually, probably need to go stronger yellow. Remember that the larger your brush size is, the more sensitive it is. So we're gonna go with a smaller brush so we don't get those little tiny, I don't know, what do you call that? Should I do like a, maybe I should try going the other way for a little bit of variety. Yeah, that's good. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We gotta do this. There we go. All right, so next we do, there's like orange striping. All right. I think that has got the stripes. Now we go for the spots. So it's like an orange background with yellow spots. Ooh. Let's deselect that. Sort of doing, I hate how it's so like bumpy when it gets that big. It's like, it's so sensitive. Let's turn sensitivity down. We'll go with brush settings. I wonder if I could just turn shape dynamics. It still does it. Let's just go with like super big. No, we can't do that, because then we don't get the weird shapes. Okay, so go away. You were not helpful at all. All right, we're gonna be a little bit strange. It also thinks really hard when you have a large brush, and it doesn't work very well. All right, I'm getting like super hot. The day was starting off really cool. I think it was like 60 degrees outside this morning, and now it's like 90 outside. Okay. That looks good. Now let's finish this. Finish her. Up in a race, on a mission, a stolen car mission. With the new... Oh yeah, I gotta turn the AC on because I'm getting super hot. The earphones really do it. They increase the heat. Where's my remote? Oh. All right. Yeah, I gotta take my earphones off a minute. I'm just gonna talk straight into the mic. Oh, I moved the mic. I bet that was pretty loud. Sorry. I am back, and it's time to work on finishing her. Okay, so we need to get like a reddish orange. We're gonna work on the multiply layer. Ooh, that's very red orange. Let's go a little bit, kind of like a compromise between those two. There we go. I'm gonna switch back to the soft round because I feel like we need to use both brushes here. Alright, this is looking good, going by fast. Let's erase this a little bit. Kind of want that to be a very spherical kind of shape. Alright. Kind of increase these lines a little bit here. 1, 2, 1, 2, keep it on. Listen to this, gotta keep it till dawn. Gonna add track, got it going on. Gonna lays, come on and them spawn. Add jogging, go up the river. Well, I'm at rock and I shock and I tick and I talk and I can't stop with the battle rock here. Okay. So I guess we now need to do the highlight. So let's go with like a yellowish highlight on the highlight layer. Let's go with a large brush size here. With the airbrush, going with like a very tiny brush to do the little details always makes, it's almost like essential, you know? If you don't do that final tiny detail, it just doesn't look right. So I guess last night or yesterday, I happened upon the bombastic Bombaclat, Star Wars Bombaclat fan-made video. I guess they used AI to make it look like Obi-Wan and Luke Skywalker were Rasta Farai, and it's pretty funny. And YouTube decided I liked that video, so they started giving me other Star Wars fan-made videos, and I discovered that I guess some anime fan had created Heir to the Empire in video form, anime form. So Heir to the Empire is now getting made into a fan-made video. I don't know what you call it. But Heir to the Empire, I've read that book, and I did like reading it, and it's still better as a book. But I mean, I do really appreciate how they, like, it's not bad what they did with the anime. You can tell they had to use a lot of AI for the mouth movement and just a lot of the movement in general. I'm not sure they had to do any movement without AI, but I was impressed. You know, it's better than what Disney's been giving us, I think. They made a big mistake by not using what they already had. Could have been very simple. Easy money. Alright, so that's that. I almost said easy way to please the fans. But what do you think? Would just using the extended universe that had already been made please the fans? And like, pretty much, I guess they would have to recast all the main characters, but you know, at this point, I'm sure fans would be delighted. The majority, or they wouldn't care. I remember seeing, so I saw on a post, what was it? It was for season 2 of Ahsoka. Yeah, that was it. Some like comic geek nerd central, they shared a teaser poster for Ahsoka season 2, and it only had like 400 likes. And so I saw that, I was like, oh, that's embarrassing. Nobody is excited for Star Wars anymore. They did a good job killing it off. Wow. 400 likes for Star Wars. When the fan-made video for Heirs to the Empire, I think it had like 289,000 views in 4 months. So it's like, I don't know if there's still a fandom there, but they've turned on Disney, that's for sure. Because Disney turned on them. They deserve it. Okay, so I guess we'll do this now. I probably should have done a different color because I pulled in the same color from the inside to kind of like help it flow into the outside. So let's do like a dark purple, maybe? So this is from an arrow that shot through her. Bomboclat. Bombastic. Okay. And I also wanted to, I think maybe because I also saw the Star Wars supercuts of Harry and Marv from Home Alone getting attacked by Emperor Palpatine. And I bet YouTube heard me laughing really hard at those. So they're like, oh, this guy really likes these. Oh, I know that's another reel I saw, and I think it's going viral where the stores are using personalized pricing, so they can uh, personalize a price for a product just for you. It's getting worse and worse every day. Okay, let's go with a whole new layer for. Let's use the splatter brush, I guess. Where's my splatters at? There we go. Bombastic. I'm gonna try going like super large. Oh, you know what? Let's do it on a separate layer, and let's do like some big smudges. I don't use the smudge brush enough. I'm sure there's some really cool stuff you can do with the smudge brush. You know, when in art, when we were learning art classes, I guess back in the early art classes, they always taught me like never use your finger to smudge a pencil. And I guess like the thing about art is when you're an art teacher, I guess, when you say never do something, it's always like, well, you're not really an artist, are you? That's the purpose of art. It's doing things that nobody's done before and figuring out ways to make it cool. Breaking rules and all that. Okay, I think this is... Maybe I should do like the hair brush as a smudge brush. I wonder what that would look like. I wonder if that would look like little tiny. Yeah, it does. Wow. Okay, so I always use like the radial blur, and it's very difficult to use that because it's just not very customizable. But that's a really good way to do it. I'm gonna start doing that from now on. Okay, so let's do her suspenders, and then are we gonna be done? Her shoes. I'm gonna do her shoes. I've got a little bit left on this one. Almost done. You know, I don't even know what happened to my chat. If there's been any chat. No, there has not been any chat. Okay, good. I'm not ignoring anybody. Good. You know, that's coming off very strong. It's almost like there's no computing going on. Computer, speak to me. Tell me you're alive. There's nothing going on upstairs. Okay, so now we can move on to the feet. Shoes. Shoes! Yell it. Alright, that's pretty quick. Just go like super dark right there. Now I do the highlights on the shoes. These are like clown shoes, I guess. Okay. Now, I guess we could do a little bit of a multiply on this thing up here, the hair, because it looks a little bit like, looks a little flat to me. Well, I didn't really line that up quite quite right, so there we go. That looks good. I guess we got to do her earrings. We didn't do earrings at all. That's not hard. So let's just do, like, first of all, let's do the whites. The white stuff. Where are my Weird Al Yankovic fans? I don't think I've ever heard someone being like, oh yeah, I'm a big Weird Al Yankovic fan. Totally dig Weird Al. Okay, that's wrong. What? That should be right. What's going on? Oh. I've got to unselect. All right, she is deflated. Now let's do the banner. Whose name is Banner? That's the Hulk. Okay, so now some just normal spots. All right, now I guess we could do a little bit of shading on the multiply layer and then we'll be done. That arrow popped her. She's a Pop-Tart. Okay, everything done. I guess the one thing I see is the hand down here. Would you bite the hand that feeds you? Would you stay out on your knees? Would you bite the hand that feeds you? Okay. I feel like her arms could use a little bit more. Let's see if they're already... Yeah, we can do that. They need a little bit extra darkness. Give in to the dark side. It is the only way. You know what? Let's do an extra multiply layer to go on top. We tried watching, what was it, the Last Jedi? What movie is the last sequel trilogy movie? I tried, watching a few minutes of that again, where, like, the ending, because I don't really remember anything that happened in that movie, and Still couldn't tell you what happens in that movie. But the end was just so. It feels like they're trying to recreate Return of the Jedi, and it's so much worse than Return of the Jedi. Like, congratulations on sucking. Yeah, jackass. I need to see Happy Gilmore too. I think I heard that was good. They did everything that a Happy Gilmore sequel should do, which is weird because Adam Sandler did some really bad movies there for a little while. I wonder if he figured out, came back to his senses. Okay. Peter Dinklage. He seems like another guy who feels very like that McDonald's voiceover guy that I was talking about, where they're just very they feel like they give off vibes like I'm better than you, like huge egos in there. All right, let's see. We got all these. I guess we could maybe make the highlights a little bit stronger. Let's do a tiny bit more of that. I don't even feel like I'm doing anything. What's going on here? Is my computer messed up? Okay, yeah, now it is. Okay, that's good enough. Save. Ta-da! Okay, so we're done now. We can post this. This is going up on the DA gallery. DeviantArt is short. DA is short for DeviantArt. And then there's X, which is short for Twitter. And then there's what else is there? Subscribestar. I'll be starting some posts on Subscribestar. I guess today is Friday, so I need to do that. And what else is on there? There's YouTube, which done. Discord. Yeah. So if you haven't subscribed already and you want to catch more live streams, be sure to do that. Hang out and chat on Discord, and I will see you around next time. Bye. What is it? I thought of a new slogan. Peace, love, and wackiness. Peace, love, and wackiness to you all. See you next time.